Since the beginning of 2025, I've been getting about 1 to 3 high ticket clients every single day automatically without sales calls or a sales team or anything like that, essentially through strategic low and mid ticket offers. It's a new way that I discovered to create, promote, and sell those. And very quickly, they became a cornerstone inside my business, allowing me to generate $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a day while working no more than 4 hours, operating at 90% profit margins. So those offers are incredibly powerful. And because they are, I decided to launch a 4-week sprint where I'm helping clients over 4 weeks to essentially launch, create, and sell those low and mid ticket offers and get high ticket clients through those. And I just finalized the first training, which is essentially about creating a low and mid ticket offer that's going to get high ticket clients. And I decided to share that for free with the public inside this YouTube video. So in a minute, we're going to jump over to my screen. But before we do, let me introduce myself to the people who don't know me. So my name is Mal Stutz. I'm the 4-hour consultant, and over the last 8 years, I've generated well over $100 million in client results and sold about $8 million in consulting products myself. And the way I've been doing that is through high ticket offers, and especially over the last couple of years, through sales teams, through appointment setters, through sales calls. But after a while, I wanted to find an easier way, especially a way where I'm not reliant on teams or filling my calendars, which really got me to creating systems like these, creating offers like these, like low ticket and mid ticket offers that get me high ticket clients on autopilot. So let's actually jump over to my screen and let me walk you through the process of creating your own low and mid ticket offer. All right, so essentially here's the core document, and as you can see, I just actually put this into Gamma, and it's in the process of being finalized, but it's good enough to share that with you already. So I'm calling this the daily high ticket client machine, where again, we're using low and mid ticket offers to get 1 to 3 high ticket clients a day on autopilot. Now, diving into this, we first got to understand the buyer blueprint. So how do we actually attract the right buyers, and who are the right buyers? I've been launching and using low and mid ticket offers for a long time, and I fell for the trap of saying, let's just launch and promote any low ticket offer, because after all, buyers are better than leads. And I think all of us have heard that before. And that's kind of true, but here's the truth. You can get unqualified leads, but you can also get unqualified buyers, and both are bad for business and essentially a waste of time. So there's really only 3 types of buyers you need to know. We got the unqualified buyers. They don't have the problem or the desire that essentially your high ticket offer solves. They may purchase your low ticket offer, but will never buy your premium products. So they really drain your resources for zero long-term gain. You got the aligned buyers. They have the problem desire that your high ticket offer solves. They're generally interested in bigger solutions, but they lack the awareness, and because of it will likely not purchase that right away. So they're perfect future clients with proper nurturing. And then we got the gold, we got the qualified buyers. They have the problem desire that your premium offer, your high ticket offer solves, and are already aware of it. They're already aware of the problem that your high ticket offer solves. So as soon as they actually purchase your low ticket or mid ticket offer and receive your value, will essentially beg you to become your high ticket clients and purchase without handholding. So all it takes is a payment link to get them to buy a 5, 10, 20, 30K product. And your entire system, everything we're building here, your daily high ticket client machine should be designed to attract aligned buyers and convert them into qualified buyers, and attract qualified buyers right away. Now, depending on the traffic source you're using, it's really hard to fully avoid the unqualified buyers. This isn't like a black and white thing, but the goal is to get as little unqualified buyers as possible. So let's speak a bit about the old way versus the new way. Because again, I've been doing low ticket wrong, and I've built large lists with leads that didn't end up purchasing. They didn't respond to my marketing emails. They didn't respond to my campaigns. And that, again, is a bit of like a wasted effort. So what is it that most people, or also what I did, get wrong when I did low ticket offers? So generally, the typical low ticket offers, they just tend to pull in unqualified buyers because of the let's just launch anything mindset. Maybe a few unqualified buyers actually become aligned buyers, actually become that second tier of buyers, which might signals to you like, oh, this campaign might be working, when in reality, and especially after time, you'll figure out it's just really luck and you can't really control it. So what causes that? The common mistakes are that people create those high effort, super time consuming products. So think of ebooks. It's the most common one that so many people use, and it's complete garbage. Where people are forced to read through an entire book to eventually become a client. And yes, there are ways to do that well, but there's ways to get high-ticket clients a lot faster and better. And the same thing really goes for the 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, or 7-day challenges. They just make really bad low-ticket offers compared to what I'm about to share with you here in a second. Then on the other spectrum, we got like the products that build zero brand connection. So think of like the PDFs or the lead magnets, where literally people don't even see your face. They don't hear your voice. It just builds very little, no love and trust. Then the worst low ticket offers, in my opinion, and I bought some of these and they actually are quite counterproductive, is like selling paid sales pitches with little actual value. So think paid webinars. And then we got the classic ones. We see that on Black Friday all the time, where people actually offer their high ticket programs on a discount. If you bought a week before Black Friday, they told you on the sales call it's $5,000, and a week later on Black Friday, it's like, oh, you can buy it for $500. This just creates or puts you into a very bad positioning in the market, where people look at you as a lower ticket solution. And you also have the last problem or the last mistake, which is solving problems completely misaligned with your high ticket offer. So you might say, hey, you know what? I got this great idea. I want to launch that thing. And you get it out in the market, people buy it, but they don't become high ticket clients because it's not aligned with your high ticket offer. So that really comes down to let's just launch anything, or what I hear often is like, let's just ask my Facebook audience what they want. And because of that, you're very likely going to likely attract people that will never become your high ticket clients. There's better ways to do that. So let's talk about the client magnet method. The low ticket offers we're actually creating, I call them client magnet offers because they are designed to be a magnet for high ticket clients. So obviously we want them to pull in aligned buyers and transform them into qualified buyers, right? So pull in aligned buyers, going back to this, turn them into qualified buyers. That's the core goal. And we want to minimize the unqualified sales that waste your time and resources on your list. They ask the questions that, we just end up being in a super long sales cycle to make a few sales. We want to build genuine brand connection through video and audio experiences. We want offers that are quick and easy to consume. So think in like one sitting, because we want to turn those buyers into clients as quickly as possible. And on that note too, we don't just want it to be easy to consume, but actually create a result very fast, preferably while they're consuming it, or then at least in less than 7 days. It solves one meaningful problem, usually a symptom of the bigger problem, and it naturally amplifies awareness of the problem your high ticket offer solves. So there's a bit of like sequencing. But let's look at the critical components. I would highly recommend, especially for the client magnet, to price it as an impulse purchase. While the price is a lot less important than pricing your high ticket offer, what we want is the intent from the right people. But I would price it anywhere between $15 to $50, including your order bump. I give you an example. I have offers out there that I sell for $7, but the average order value goes up to $15 because of the bump, what people additionally purchase. And I would keep it below $50. I tried $97 too. It likely will get you the highest quality buyers, but it will just massively increase the cost per acquisition, where in most instances, I haven't found that to actually be beneficial. Then number 2 is a connection builder. We want to create an experience of you and build that know, love, and trust, right? We want that buyer offer, that magnet, to build know, love, and trust. That's really the only way how we are kind of like not in a position where we have to give away our best stuff on social media, but can actually sell our best stuff, use that best stuff to build know, love, and trust, because people that pay, they pay attention. And when that allows us, or it's delivered in a format that also builds know, love, and trust, it's really the best case scenario. Then quick wins. Again, we want to be able to deliver results either during consumption or in 1 week or less. Again, easy to digest. I always recommend info products, call it however you want, masterclasses, workshops, it doesn't matter, but make it consumable in under 3 hours. Then strategic problem solving. We want to solve one specific problem that, when solved, highlights the need for your high ticket solution. So it's making it a natural upsell, where essentially pre-sells your next offer without being pushy. What does that mean? Simply by actually solving the problem that you promised to solve inside your low ticket offer, it will naturally create the awareness of what the next problem is going to be. That's really what makes a client magnet really powerful. And I'll give you actual examples here in a second of what that looks like in my business. So when going through content like this, it's so easy. Like, I just know myself, it's so easy to overcomplicate this and just trying to make it perfect. So when I'm doing this, it's like literally I can launch client magnets in like in an hour, because I'm just following a protocol on how to do this. And here's that protocol I'm using. So I'm creating a hypothesis. The hypothesis is like, what problem can I solve quickly? What's a problem that I want to get out in the market? Then I want to sell the hypothesis, test if people actually want to solve that problem. And then I deliver the solution live, right? So I'm doing a live workshop rather than creating courses or products to those first buyers. And when that worked well, meaning the buyers that bought actually also became clients, then I start selling the recording. I start sending traffic to the recording. I sell it to new prospects. And then when that works well, I only then start turning that recording into like a beautiful looking course that will just further increase the experience. And then we obviously scale what works. But essentially the core focus is on making sales first before we make things look nice and cute. So, and whenever we go through this protocol, we only move to the next step if your hypothesis proves true. So we only move to step 2 once we got a hypothesis. We only move from step 2 to step 3 when we actually sold the hypothesis, right? So choosing your next step. Again, a low ticket offer, a client magnet, only makes sense if the buyers actually convert into something bigger ticket. So while your client magnet can lead directly into a high ticket offer, it can absolutely do that. Just keep in mind that if it does, you will likely still need a sales call. In very few instances, I had a low ticket offer actually create a high ticket client by payment link without interaction with me, without like a back and forth. But with that said, even if you choose that way, it's going to be way more fun at this point because you're talking to pre-sold prospects. So it's going to change your paradigm if you're used to selling to cold leads on sales conversations. But it's not the promise of this training. I promised you that I'm going to show you how to get high ticket clients on autopilot. So to achieve that, we need what I call a high ticket on-ramp. Fancy vert for mid-ticket offers. So in either case, whatever you choose of those two scenarios, just choose one upgrade offer. We don't want to create confusion with too many offers. Just choose one upgrade offer to get people into, even if you have multiple options. Now, before we move on, a few things to remember. Price really doesn't matter. Again, I've sold 30K deals from a $20 client magnet offer. Easy. Absolutely. It can also be any type of offer, right? It can be a one-on-one offer. It can be an agency service. It can be a membership. It can be a physical product. I've seen and consulted on all different variations where I've had an info product lead to a physical product, as an example. All of that works. What really matters, what's the secret, this new way behind making client magnet work that actually turns buyers into high-ticket clients, is called problem sequencing. So if this was too long and you didn't read, picking the right problem to solve inside your client magnet will attract qualified buyers. So that's the first thing. When you then are actually able to solve that problem, it will naturally turn buyers into high-ticket clients. That's it. If you do those two things, you will get 1, 2, 3 high-ticket clients every single day by just doing those two things. So let's understand problems, because that's where the success comes from. There's two kinds of problems, right? You heard that probably before if you're into marketing. People always run away from something, meaning pain, or they run towards something, meaning desire. So what that really means in simple terms is a problem can be an unfulfilled desire they run towards, like building a 7-figure business, getting high-ticket clients on autopilot, all of that good stuff. Or it can be an unresolved issue they run away from. Like, I'm tired of taking sales calls every single day. I never want to take a sales call again. So we got two kinds of problems, issues and desires. Now, the types of problems, there's really only 3. The tip of the pyramid, we have the symptomatic problem. This is the small, specific, quick to solve problem that we put or that we focus on in our low ticket offers. We then got the journey problem. So when once solved the symptomatic problem, what are the roadblocks after solving the symptomatic problem, but before solving the core problem, which you fix in your high ticket offer? What are the journey problems? And then we got the core problem. So if you have a high ticket offer right now, then that's what you are doing inside your high ticket offer. It's that ultimate issue or that ultimate desire that your high ticket offer solves. Again, I'm going to give you examples here in a second. Let's speak about the core problem. So this is the ultimate issue / the desire. Think of it as the big umbrella problem your high ticket offer solves. I give you an example. There is no way to solo sell, deliver, and scale high ticket offers to 100K a month in profits while working just 20 hours a week. That's the core problem that we solve with my clients inside the 4-Hour Consultant. So through my high ticket offer. Then let's think of the journey problem. So the journey problem, it's the roadblocks experienced after solving the symptomatic problem, but before the core problem is solved. I give you the example. I need more traffic to quickly get customers and upgrade them into high-ticket clients. I solved that through the high-ticket on-ramp, a mid-ticket offer for me. That's the 4-Hour Consulting Bundle. Early on in that video, I told you that this is a 4-week sprint where the training we're running through right now is part of that 4-week sprint. So that's kind of like the journey problem. And then we got the symptomatic problem, which is the small, specific, quick to solve problem. And here's the important piece. Almost everyone with the core problem experiences. So an example, my revenue stalled because selling high ticket offers is too time consuming. My sales process is too time consuming and I can't take more sales calls. And the way we solve that is through my client magnet, through a low ticket offer, right? So people get into my world from suffering from the problem. It's like, my revenue stalled. I can't get more high ticket clients because the sales process is too time consuming. I can solve that in less than a few hours with my client magnet. And when people solve that through installing low and mid ticket offers, they're like, well, great, this worked, but now I need more people to get into my low and mid ticket offers, where I then upsell them into my bundle, right? My bundle is essentially the point where I give them all of my client getting strategies, all of my ads, all of my templates, all of my messaging scripts, my social posts, basically outbound organic content and ads that they can swipe, steal, install to fill their low and mid ticket offers. So they will eventually be at a point it's like, damn, I get so many high ticket clients every single day. How do I get this to 100K a month solo, operating at 90% profit margins that will again get them into my high ticket offer? We'll go a bit deeper into that here shortly. But essentially, what is problem sequencing? It's understanding that, and from a good perspective, like that one problem will always lead to a next problem. It's just how we humans are wired. We solve a problem, and when solving a problem, we might accomplish the desire, but we're rarely ever satisfied, so we just think about the next problem that we want to solve. It's a never-ending cycle, which makes the whole marketing and offer creation work in the first place. So, problem sequencing, the master key. Problem sequencing, if you actually master that, it's slightly advanced, but I'll make it super easy for you. It will solve almost every marketing, messaging, and sales problem you'll ever have. It's freaking great. And you don't need to read a book. You don't need to pay a copywriter thousands of dollars. Just understand this, and your marketing will become a lot easier. Leads in marketing and sales are lost mostly 80% of the time through confusion and bad communication. I give you an example. Prospect books a call with you believing he has problem A. You know that the prospect actually doesn't just have problem A, they have problem A, B, and C. So you then on the call try to sell problem A, B, and C, what you think they need instead of what they want. So now you are creating confusion in the sales process, and even though both of you want to accomplish the same thing, you're ending up not making the sale because the prospect doesn't feel understood. And that comes from problem sequencing. So the problem sequencing example in the 4-Hour Consultant is essentially step number 1. When we look at the symptomatic problem, my client magnet is again the problem that we solve inside is that the revenue stalled because selling high ticket offers is too time consuming with the current sales process. The solution, designed low and mid ticket offers that get high ticket clients on autopilot. The offer, the daily high ticket client machine, essentially what we're running through right now. Then the journey problem, which is the high ticket on-ramp, the problem is I need more traffic to quickly get customers and upgrade into high ticket clients for the low and mid ticket offers. So the solution, access all the internal client getting strategies, DM scripts, messenger ready offers, ads, templates, text stack, emails, pages, automations, etc. inside the 4-Hour Consulting bundle. And then the core problem, which is inside my high ticket offer, the 4-Hour Consultant, is there's no way to solo sell, deliver, and scale high ticket offers to 100K a month in profits working no more than 20 hours weekly. So the solution is efficient business models that gets high ticket clients automatically and delivers results in 2 hours a week at scale. And the offer is the 4-Hour Consult. Now, yours doesn't have to be this perfect right away. It took me months to arrive here and I made millions along the way. So for now, just get the simplest, clearest version of your buyer's problems and solutions out of your head and onto a Google document so you can start with something. But let me help you do that. So let's go together through a process of problem sequencing. So let's identify the core problem. So 3 questions. What problem does your high ticket offer solve? Think of desires and issues. Write everything down. Then what do your clients write testimonials about or refer you for? If you don't have testimonials, then ask your clients. And if you do have testimonials, actually look through those. You will actually figure out fairly quickly what that core problem is. And if you had to narrow it down to one ultimate issue or desire, what would that be? Again, I gave you my examples before. For me, it's no way to solo sell, deliver, and scale high ticket offers 200K a month in profits working no more than 20 hours weekly. Solution efficient business model that gets high ticket clients automatically and delivers results in 2 hours a week at scale. I'll actually pull up a testimonial from a client of mine that initially helped me to actually arrive at this statement. Now, with that defined, let's actually look at the symptomatic problem. So here, 4 questions. Ask yourself, which problems do people most frequently come to you to solve? Like, what's the thing they actually reach out for? Not the things you think they need, but what are the things they reach out for? They ask you for. What's the first thing they want? The first thing they tell you they need on the calls that you have with them? And what parts of your work do clients most appreciate and love you for? What nagging issues can you fix in one afternoon or a day? And what have they been trying to get done that you can help them create in a few hours? Think of things that they are aware of that they need. I give you an example here. Again, my problem is like revenue stalled because selling high ticket offers is too time consuming. So the solution is designing low and mid ticket offers. Most of the people that I'm attracting, they have already thought of creating a low and mid ticket offer. So it makes it a great symptomatic problem to solve. Now, here's a few challenges that I want to warn you of. Very likely, you will attempt to sell a problem you think they need to solve instead of what they want to solve. That's the biggest disconnect for so many people. Recenter your focus on what they want to solve, not what you think they need to solve. Do that in your high ticket offer, not in your client magnet. Then another thing is making promises that are too big or vague. Usually the bigger the promise you make, you start to solve so many different problems to be able to accomplish that it's very hard to be specific. So in general, especially for client magnets, smaller specific problems are not just easier to sell, but they're also easier to keep. So that goes hand in hand with being too broad instead of focusing on a clear problem, solution, and outcome. So important for you, align the symptomatic problem with the core problem. Again, don't fall for the mindset of let's just launch any low ticket offer trap. Go through the sequencing, right? Learn to chunk down your problem into pieces. Think of the analogy, there is only one way to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. What is that for you? What's the elephant that you help your clients eat inside your high ticket program? What's that core problem? And then how do they start solving that? What are the steps? Because if you spend the time unpacking that, unpacking your solution into the macro and micro steps, you're actually going to find hundreds of specific symptomatic problems to choose from. Now, lastly, let's identify your journey problem. So ask yourself, what new problems arise after they solve the symptomatic problem? And what milestones, checkpoints, and roadblocks might they encounter on the journey to solving the core problem? So I'm giving you an example. Again, they've just built a low and a mid-ticket offer. They sold it. So now they want more traffic to quickly get more customers and upgrade those into high-ticket clients. The solution is access all of my internal client getting strategies, DM scripts, ads, messenger ready offers, etc., to make that happen. Now, I'd recommend that you choose about 1 to 2 journey problems to focus on. Again, don't obsess over perfection. The market will decide what they want to buy and what works. No great offer is ever created in silence, but in motion. So you want to launch as fast as humanly possible and refine from there, because you can spend hours thinking through all that. You launch it and then figure out that the market never wanted that, and it can be the other way around too. There's a bit of a checklist for you to know that you actually got offers that are going to get you 1, 2, 3 high ticket clients a day automatically. First, problem alignment. Have you strategically chosen a symptomatic problem that's likely occurring for people struggling with the core problem, right? So that's the first thing. Again, choose an actual symptomatic problem where you know that there's big chances that the people who have that also have the core problem. Then the core problem awareness. Do you deliver the low ticket offer in a format that allows you to educate your buyers on the presence of the core problem while you solve the symptomatic problem. And while doing so, build high ticket offer awareness where you can tell your buyers, hey, there is an actual high ticket offer, or if you choose the high ticket on-ramp, there's a high ticket on-ramp that can solve either the journey problems or the core problems. And I had that as an optional here, the high ticket on-ramp. Have you introduced that mid-ticket offer as a natural next step? What I'm going to show you right now is an actual manifestation of what that looks like. So here's an example. This is the 4-hour consulting model where, again, essentially inside, I am helping people to create low and mid-ticket offers. And when they end up purchasing this, what they get sent to is my mid-ticket offer, which is essentially, as I showed you before, I'm going to give you all the internal client getting strategies, DM scripts, messenger ready offers, etc., etc. Now, I told you before that this is a specific training that I will share with my clients inside the 4-hour consulting bundle, essentially what you're looking at right now. We still have some open spots for that. We're closing enrollments on Friday. So this is, I think, the 28th of February. We have, I think, 10 spots left. It's kept at 20 people. If you want to get in on that, then let me know, like send me an email, send me a message with bundle, and I'll share with you all the information and the payment link to get started with it. It's essentially either $218 once or $100 a week. And if you choose to do one-on-one with me instead of like being in a community and going through the trainings and just have me do it all alongside you, then that would be $1,200. I can quickly show you what that looks like. So essentially, the 4-hour consulting bundle exists out of 3 components. One, you got my classroom where, again, inside you got all of my existing client getting strategies, templates, offers, funnels, everything that I'm using inside my own business, you get access to right away, which you can find in the classroom. Then second component is we meet twice a week for office hours where we can craft offers, where I can answer your questions. We can look at generating traffic and all the things needed to actually fill your offers and customize it to you. And we have the community where you get fast feedback day in, day out, as you can see here inside the community right now. So this is, you get access to all of that for 4 weeks for $218 or $100 a week for the 4 weeks. And if you choose one-on-one, where essentially instead of going through the classroom yourself, going through that training yourself, then it's $1,200 where essentially I'm just doing it all alongside you over Zoom calls. You get my phone number, you get my calendar link, you can book time with me whenever you need it. But that is essentially it. If you are interested in joining that, then send me an email, send me a message, and I'll get you set up for this offer.